Shaun of the Dead came out in 2004, directed by Edgar Wright, and co-written by both Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg. It's the first of the Cornetto trilogy, the other two being Hot Fuzz and The World's End. The movie follows Shaun, played by Simon Pegg, who is this regular guy who recently breaks up with his girlfriend, all on account of him. He has his best friend Ed, who is played by Nick Frost and is a bit of a loser, to be honest. But suddenly, a zombie apocalypse starts taking over the entire world. So Shaun, along with his best friend, his mother, his ex-girlfriend, and two of her friends, band together to fight the zombie apocalypse, or at least try to survive. I remember when this movie first came out in 2004. This was at the time when spoof movies were pretty much going down the shitter. I do like the first Scary Movie to a degree, but the other Scary Movies were just kind of poo, and then we got shit like Date Movie, Epic Movie, Meet the Spartans, Disaster Movie, Vampires Suck. Literal pieces of shit. It was just a dark time for spoofs. But 2004 had Shaun of the Dead, which, when I saw the trailer, looked funny, but I couldn't see it in the theater because my parents thought I was too young to see a zombie movie, even though it was a comedy. It was mainly because of all the curse words that they didn't want me to see it. But I eventually did see it when it came out in DVD, and it quickly turned into one of my favorite comedies out there. Shaun of the Dead is just so funny. Every time I watch it, there's always something that makes me laugh, and something I never catch the first time. It's a very visual movie, and a lot of the comedy comes from visual gags. Sometimes there are gags happening in the background that I don't even notice. For example, when Shaun and Ed leave the Winchester right before the apocalypse starts happening, or as it's happening, there's a couple that appears to be making out, and after Shaun and Ed notice it and then turn their backs, the man's head falls off, so you're like, oh shit, that's really funny. And the movie uses clever editing to enhance the comedy as well. There are a lot of swish pan cuts that's kind of relevant for the rest of the Cornetto trilogy, but it's just a bunch of quick cuts that really help amp up the comedy. My favorite scene in this movie probably has to be when Shaun is explaining the plan on how they're gonna survive to Ed. They say that they're gonna take Pete's car, which is his neighbor, kill Shaun's stepdad, grab Shaun's mother, grab Liz, and then find a place to hang out. And it's about 3 times that they explain the plan, but it's all told through montage, and each montage gets quicker and quicker. It's just so funny. My other favorite scene is when Shaun is flipping through the TV channels, and there are several bits of TV stations that, when edited together or changed at the perfect time, form a complete sentence. It's just so brilliant. But aside from being a really great comedy, it also works as a very, very good zombie movie. And even though, yes, it is a comedy, they go all out. They do not half-ass with making it feel like a zombie movie. The special effects are great. They seem like something Tom Savini would do. You got the music of a zombie movie. You got the characters figuring out the methods for survival, and you even have one character who is such a massive shithead. Like, you hate this guy so much that in the end, he gets what he deserves, and it is fucking glorious. And also, because it's a comedy, that doesn't mean that they have to be completely funny 100% of the time. There is one part in the movie involving Shaun's mother that is really emotional. They really pull out the drama, and it does work. Before, of course, it goes back to being funny, but it doesn't go back to being funny after a dramatic scene in a really goofy and uncomfortable way. Because everyone plays it seriously and like a straightforward zombie movie, that's what makes it even funnier. Just like with Young Frankenstein, how the movie is played seriously and looks authentic, but it is a comedy in the end. I don't have much else to say about Shaun of the Dead. It's really one of my favorite comedies out there. It's well written, it's well filmed, it's funny, the cast does a tremendous job. Both Simon Pegg and Nick Frost have great charisma together. There's not much else I can say except get off your ass and go see it right now if you've never seen Shaun of the Dead. It is really one of my favorite comedies of the last decade, and it's probably my favorite of the Cornetto trilogy. I've already reviewed The World's End when it came out back in 2013, but I actually haven't seen Hot Fuzz in about maybe 5 years. So next year, maybe I'll find time to review Hot Fuzz as part of a random Retro Wednesday, because I feel like it's appropriate to eventually complete my reviews for the Cornetto trilogy. But Shaun of the Dead, fucking awesome. So that's my review for Shaun of the Dead and all the movies that I plan to review for the Halloween season. I hope you enjoyed these reviews. Leave a comment down below and tell me what your thoughts are on Shaun of the Dead. And as always, this is the real Mr. Robinson telling you, there's only one.